So this guy is trying to ask, like, hey, look, I got these CrossFit workouts. And how do I know if I should count them as resistance training or conditioning? He asks, what counts as conditioning? Do body weight exercises like push ups and burpees count? If they do, then why don't high rep, low weight Olympic lifts count? What about paddling a kayak, bouldering in a climbing gym? How can I reasonably assess whether something is closer to the strength training or conditioning ends of the continuum? This is a great question. I actually wrote a lot here, but I think I can summarize this quite nicely. It's like, yeah, this stuff all does lie on a continuum. It's just whatever the rate limiting step
Yes.
is shifts you in one direction or another. If it's energy and oxygen, like sort of demands, it's probably more conditioning based. And if it's neuromuscular excitability, short-term anaerobic stores of energy, muscle recruitment efficiency, it's probably towards the resistance training end. Every activity can be plotted along a continuum, right? And I don't pretend to know like where the demarcation is that,
Hmm.
oh, this is distinctly conditioning and this is distinctly resistance training outside of the poles, right? And so, from a practical standpoint, the longer, the lighter, and the more continuous the effort is, right? If you call it a CrossFit workout, the more it probably leans toward the conditioning side. The shorter, the heavier, the more broken up it is, it probably leans more towards the resistance training side. And so like squarely in the middle, I'd call that like high intensity interval training, sprint intensity training. Yeah, it's probably in the middle. You got little blends of both from there, but being able to like do that, like look at a workout again, if it's like I could probably do this unbroken and I can keep moving, and the biggest limitation is going to be breathing hard,
Yeah.
more conditioning. If you're like, look at it, I really probably couldn't do this continuously, and the biggest limitation is going to be my muscles burning,
Yeah.
resistance training. It, I summarized maybe a page of notes, and I think that's what I came up with.
No, I'm totally with you. I mean, you think about one pole of like say ultra endurance, feats where people can run. I mean, there've been like 24-hour long races that people have competed in. We know some folks who've done that kind of thing. But even if you wanted to take bodyweight push-ups, you cannot do continuous push-ups for, you know, 8 hours, whereas people can run for 8 hours straight, right? You're going to be limited by your force production capability sooner than that, and the opposite end of the spectrum of barbell squatting, you can't barbell squat, a heavy load for 8 hours straight. And so all of these things require, yes, you need to be alive, you need to be breathing, you need to be taking oxygen, you need to make ATP, and you need to contract your muscles.